Rather than thinking that religiosity causes people to become sexually restricted, this perspective suggests that a restricted sexual strategy can motivate people to become religious. Why? Several scholars have suggested that people adhere to religion in part because its teachings promote sexually restricted norms. Supporting this idea, participants in one study reported being more religious after researchers showed them photos of attractive people of their own sex. That is, potential mating rivals. Coco aside, this is really interesting, especially in the context where we're seeing a lot of young Gen Z men going back to Christian churches, and Gen Z women are not at the same level, right? And that makes sense, right? It's not that they suddenly found God, but Gen Z has been known to be more sexually restricted than millennials were. And, they're exposed on social media to potential mating rivals all the time, right? They're seeing all these manosphere influencers. They're like, you gotta have 6 figures and a 6-pack and like feeding them all this garbage. So, like, they're constantly inundated on social media with the perception of sexual rivals. And then they're already sexually more restricted. And it's like, of course they're running to the churches then. That aligns, that makes sense. But when we're talking about sexually more restricted, it's in the patriarchal sense, right? That women must be sexually restricted to be the property of one man. And that man, if he can get it outside the marriage, if that opportunity presents itself, well, come on, a man's a man, right? Like, that's the attitude. And of course they're flocking to the churches for that, because Christianity in the United States, hotbed for sexual predation, right? The Catholic Church, Southern Baptist Conference, like all of these Christian denominations have been roiled by massive sexual scandals over the past decades, right? And they don't do anything about it. They just shuffle around their pastors. Oh, he was targeting teenage girls and little boys. Send them to a different parish. And that's true if you're a Southern Baptist or a Catholic. Like, I'll link some articles in the description. We'll talk about it another time. But it makes sense because sexually restricted strategies are only for women, not for men under patriarchy. If they can get it, they'll get it.